warfare is our most important mode. Subsequently, our human resources and project team's focus will always be on T-20. At the beginning of Delta Force's launch, the overwhelming publicity was focused on the warfare mode. This is indeed their most important mode. I like hazard operations. Basically, I play warfare. Both but hazard operations more. Mandel coin. Warfare. But like most games, after the publicity period, the game became lukewarm. Hazard operations is even more desolate. The reason, besides the inherent flaws of warfare, Valorant's player count reached its peak at that time. Competition in the existing market is fierce. You should know that few players choose to play multiple FPS games with vastly different gameplay at the same time, because there will be a long period of inflexibility. This feeling against habit greatly affects the game experience. For example, Neon players and Red Wolf players are characters that can run and slide. Once they switch to other characters, there will be obvious unsuitability. This phenomenon is even more pronounced between different games. This is also one of the reasons why many old CF players play the same game for years. Just as the publicity momentum of Delta Force's launch was about to be exhausted, a mysterious force with its own BGM suddenly flooded the battlefield. Delta Force quickly accepted this force, forming a pincer attack on old CF players and Valorant juniors. Seeing the front line constantly advancing, this mysterious force finally couldn't help but release a gust of wind. Player community fun networks represented by the Redman action series created by Lao Fei and Kechibawa brought immense traffic to Delta Force's hazard operations mode. This niche mode also instantly became Delta Force's signature. A large number of players flooded in, making Delta Force an instant hit, becoming the fastest growing game in FPS history. Why did Delta Force, a game that relies on timing, location and people, choose to betray the Ratman and embrace assault? This has to start with Delta Force's game mechanics. Delta Force's hazard operations mode is an FPS game for searching, driving and bombarding. Players need to bring their perlengkapan into the match. Only successful extraction can retain supplies. That means losing all battle readiness. These game rules have spawned multiple different playstyles. Ordinary players usually switch between assault, running and stabbing, and conventional gameplay, occasionally using tactical gameplay. Game coaches usually choose to escort or protect. But no matter the gameplay, it requires running and stabbing to provide Mandel coin. Therefore, professional running and stabbing Rackman players have become the backbone of the Delta Force player base. In the dark forest like Prisoner's Dilemma, they chose to convey goodwill through trust. The videos explained by the Ratman are also the most popular among Delta Force fan-made videos. Delta Force itself is an unfair competitive game. Hazard Operations matchmaking system matches players with huge differences in battle readiness, such as assault, running and stabbing and playing small against big. This is also one of the reasons for the huge differentiation and severe opposition between players of different schools. The game map design has also been criticized for a long time. Therefore, whether you can eat well often depends on the location of the spawn point. This also laid the groundwork for the esports development of Delta Force. In addition, Delta Force is a game that highly tests the cooperation between teammates. Your random teammates can be your biggest enemies in some situations. This game mechanic design makes Delta Force a game that heavily relies on teammates. Therefore, the demand for the escort and coaching industry is strong. But escorting focuses on efficiency. Therefore, a large number of treasure hunting rats and red tigers flooded the game, resulting in some matches being unbearable. At the end of Season S Lima, the number of cheaters in Tide Prison increased. Players reluctantly chose Cineva. Cineva's shield still has a chance against aimbot cheaters. Gradually, more and more players chose Agent Cineva to resist cheaters. They conveyed a signal of peace by shield jumping or just a glance, forming a gameplay of cross-team non-aggression, cooperative looting, and collective extraction. The shield hook prison gameplay spread at the end of Season S Lima. And because the Tiga Wiki Kui Tiga mission in Season S, Enam forced players to enter Tide Prison. The main force of the Tiga Dara Tiga mission during National Day also happened to be in the third and fourth stages. The mission began to require players to enter Tide Prison. Therefore, the Shield Hook Prison gameplay spread rapidly during National Day. In fact, Shield Hook Prison is a variant of the Shield Healer tactic in Tide Prison. Because it is difficult to deal and receive damage at a longer distance, it provides players with an opportunity to convey a signal of peace. During National Day, Shield Hook Prison gradually evolved into a shared prison for peaceful extraction of the entire team. Everyone was mentally prepared for the balance adjustments of this tactical gameplay. But why did the Seraptas 5 hot update cause such a huge public opinion crisis? Let's consider the game environment at the time. Cheaters were rampant during National Day. Assault had no game experience. Even playing small against big resulted in losses. Reluctantly, they had to resort to running and stabbing. However, the running and stabbing skills honed through map understanding and listening to sounds seemed like a toddler in front of the new agent's determination. And the only options left for players, besides escorting and coaching, were tactical gameplay, which was the optimal solution at the time. And when the official did not provide any new gameplay, they nerfed the player-created gameplay along with all secret maps and one agent. Should players be angry? Facing the players' anger, Delta Force's official released an announcement, attributing the reasons for the hot update changes and economic collapse to the Ratmen. This player group that once saved their lives to consume players' Mandal coin, to ensure players' motivation to play, for esports commercialization, expand the circle and attract new players. Delta Force implemented a starvation, blockade and biological control on his benefactor the Ratman, until the Ratman players gradually disappeared. The camaraderie of fighting side by side in the past has turned into a surge of grief and indignation, spilling out with the bullets. The Ratman were angry. They were truly angry. Let's consider shared prison as illegal teaming for now. Then I'd like to ask Delta Force, your announcement betrayed the Ratman players in front of the world. Should Delta Force's Ratman players be angry? Should 30 million daily active players be angry? I would like to ask, is selling skins first and then nerfing characters considered illegal? Is shirking responsibility shameless? Is it extremely shameless? Is it extremely shameless? Subtitles provided by the Amara.org community.